All right, what is up, guys? Ready to break down the Denmark-England showdown for the second semifinal of Euro 2020. I know it's early, and I'm not going to have any live viewers here, but I wanted to get something out for you all. Wasn't able to get to this last night, so wanted to get it out before I headed off to work today, so you guys could watch it up to lock. I think it's 3 Eastern again today. So lineups will be out about 2 o'clock, but I'm going to hop right in here. It's going to be a fairly short video, just kind of touching on the building blocks of the slate. So if you look at the sheet here, we have Denmark and England, second semifinal, like I mentioned. England is a minus 140 favorite here, and Denmark plus 475 dog. And the total has dropped a little overnight from 2.25 to 2. So that's an interesting low total here. I wouldn't expect many goals. The odds makers are expecting like a 1-0 or 2-0 England win here. I don't see a problem with projecting that. Denmark does, I've kind of said it a couple times, seem like a team of destiny. After Eriksen went down, they just seem like they're getting it done and coming up in the big moments. Will they do it again? I don't know. But as we know, England is usually not very DFS friendly, which sucks for us because we really don't have anywhere else to go here. England, they did put up goals in the last match, which got them to, got them to 8 goals on the tournament. But that was the first match they kind of looked dominant. And really the only reason the players got there was because of their the goal scoring and the assists. So I'm going to touch on some of the building blocks for cash games and then look at how I'm going to build for GPPs. So Harry Kane put in a couple in the last match. He is fine again at 11-2. I think if you're choosing up top, it's going to be him or Sterling. I couldn't fault you for going either one if you're going for the goal scorer from England. But the set piece taker is going to be Mason Mount again. He's going to be the top cash play from that side, along with Luke Shaw. Really are the main 2 guys that have any kind of floor. Shaw was subbed off, I think, a little early last time. Don't really expect that this time. I would expect Kyle Walker to be subbed before him for Trippier. Not really sure 100%, but I would see Shaw playing most all this game if needed. The other option here for GPPs is Jaden Sancho. I was on him in the last match. If he's starting, I mean, that could be a plethora of guys. That could be Phil Foden. That could be Jack Grealish. But obviously we'll have the lineup. So whoever is starting there, I think, is a good GPP option. Not sure that you can play any of them in cash. I mean, we saw them put up all the goals and Sancho just wasn't a part of it. I did pivot to him there for GPPs over Kane. Now he's a little discount from Kane, 2,400 cheaper. And I think it's doable to, if you want to play that. It's just all about the game script in GPPs, and I'll get to that in a second. But the 2 main cash plays, the priorities for cash is going to be Mount and Shaw, probably Mount and the captain, and then Pickford on this side. I mean, it's a 2-goal total, and they're pretty heavy favorites here. So, I mean, Pickford is going to, if they don't score but 1 or 2 goals, he's going to be one of the higher scorers if they keep it clean. But there is always that risk. If he does not keep it clean, he's not going to have a very good fantasy game because he's not going to see enough save opportunities to get there. So it's kind of a catch-22, but I do like Pickford based on the odds, based on the fact that England's not giving up a goal all tournament. That's saying something at this point, 5 matches in. So Denmark on their side, Striger Larson is over set pieces for them. He is the main priority for cash if in. I guess that could be Daniel Wass, but I don't really expect that at this point. It looks like they're committed to Striger Larson early in the match, at least. Not sure that he'll go a full 90. Mahele has looked very good. I think he is a fine option as well for cash or GPPs. He gets forward. But my priority, I think, is still going to be, especially in this matchup, the set piece guy that if they get any, you can go there. But one of those two would be the top two cash plays. Other than that, Dolberg is definitely GPP only. I know he's been scoring, but I don't see against England having major upside, so he's GPP only. Braithwaite would also, I think, be GPP only. He's not going to be a priority for me here. I know he's had a floor with shots and crosses, but I don't see the shot floor really being there against England. Damsgaard's a little cheaper. I think he's a good option. You can go there in cash if you need it, 6,400. I do like one of the fullbacks a little bit more. Højbjerg GPP, you could pair him with one of the goal scorers. Delaney, I know, scored last match. He's fine. All those are kind of fine, but the fullbacks are where I'm prioritizing. If you want to just full-on punt one of these full center backs, you could do it, but they're not going to have any floor or really much upside at all. Schmeichel, you can definitely go here. We saw it in the first Copa semifinal with Brazil, Peru. Their goalkeeper really went off, had tons of save opportunities. I don't know that England will produce that many shots, but I do think they're going to control possession and have that opportunity. So Schmeichel could get there and could be one of the higher scoring, if not the highest scoring Denmark piece if England controls a lot of possession and doesn't let anybody else have much fantasy points as far as crossing, shots, things like that. His saves alone could get him there. Obviously, he's going to need 5 or 6 saves if you're playing him as the only Denmark piece, but 4,600 is a good price for Showdown. Obviously, so GPPs, the captain spot, I think you can go a few different ways. You could captain any of the goal scorers for England. You could captain Mount, which is going to be the most popular probably in cash and GPPs, I would think. You could also take the opportunity of going down to Shaw, taking the discount on that and then jamming in some higher price pieces. I do kind of like that. Harry Maguire is a fine option as well. He had the header goal in the last match. Or had the goal in the last match from Shaw, I believe. So I think he's a good pair with Pickford. Even if he doesn't get the goal, I think 4,400 is fine for him. So those are kind of the main options for me in this matchup. But obviously, in correlation, what I was getting to is if you're playing one of these guys that you think needs a goal to get there for Denmark, don't play Pickford. Don't play for the clean sheet. But again, it's all about scripting and Showdown. Hopefully we don't have any crazy starting lineups like we had for Spain today. That was the most tilting thing ever. I had exactly the route that I was going. Whether it would have worked out or not, I don't know. But it just threw me completely off. So I guess there's a couple lessons there. Don't get too set on one particular lineup, but I think the main thing is just knowing that it's going to be could be some craziness if this game stays close as far as subs. The sub risk, I think the biggest ones are Jaden Sancho here. Sterling, I think it would be a sub option in this projected lineup. Remember, there's 5 subs. It's just kind of tough. Kyle Walker, like I said, could be subbed. I suppose Shaw could be, but I really don't see him being one of the first subs off. Mount and Harry Kane seem pretty set that they'll be going at least close to 90 minutes. Mount, I think, has a little more risk than Kane for sub risk, but I'm not worried about that with Mount at all. On the other side, it's really tough. I think Striger Larson has been subbed out quite a bit for Wasp late in the second half, but that's not something I'm really worried about here with them. Dolberg will be subbed almost certainly. Damsgaard has been getting subbed as well, even though he's been playing great. So there's plenty of sub options. If you look over here, let's see here. Grealish, I think, could come on. Saka, they say he's fit for this matchup, but I don't see him starting, and really don't know that he would be one of the first sub options. Poulsen will probably come on for Dolberg. I would expect Trippier, like I said, should probably come on for one of the two fullbacks, whether it's Shaw or Kyle Walker. Jensen has been subbing on quite a bit, I think, for Damsgaard. That might be wrong, but I know he's coming in at some point later in these matches. Wass, like I said, will probably come in. Jordan Henderson can come in for one of the midfielders. Declan Rice or Calvin Phillips is a possibility. But this is not a slate that I see myself doing what I did today and just completely abandoning ship on my single entry build and going to a multi-entry and playing a couple subs is actually the route that I took today. I just really didn't like the lineup, and I knew there would be subs. Obviously, Murata got there. I played the wrong subs. I played Moreno a little bit more. Didn't get to Murata. I didn't have enough lineups, but those were the two main goal-scoring options off the bench for Spain today. So if you want to target that and you're doing 20 entry max or more, go for it. But I'm kind of liking the route that I can see here with these starting lineups. I think they're going to be very close to what we have here. Like I said, I think Sancho would be the only one really on the England side that would not be starting. So that could be somebody else. But either way, that spot's GPP only. And on the other side, I think that's exactly the lineup. I don't see that they're going anywhere else unless they played Poulsen over Dolberg. But with the way that he's been scoring, I don't see that happening. So good luck to everybody. If you have any questions for me, I will be in the chat. Should be up to lock. Let me actually check my afternoon schedule. I have meetings in the morning, but I have a 3 o'clock, so I'll be open until lock, and then I won't get to sweat with you all for at least the first half. So good luck to everybody tomorrow. I see I have one person on here. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions, like I said, be sure to hit me up in the Discord chat. Really excited again with what we're doing at Jaeger Bombs Fantasy Sports. We've really had a seamless transition over to from Roto Pros with Kenny, Chris, obviously, and Ryan and I. Had a good night. We talked some. We don't have sheets for NBA Finals, but we always get in there and chat it up, talk about captain plays, value plays, things like that. So be sure to join in with that on Thursday. I think we have MMA coming back this weekend. Kenny will be all over that. LOL, Kenny and Ryan have both been taking care of that. Been going very well day in and day out there. I'll be on soccer and tennis as well. Chris has been crushing MLB day in, day out. Really like the way that he plays MLB. He focuses on cash games and bankroll management, and really targets and does some good videos on that as well. I think it's Monday and Friday, so be sure to join in there. Yeah, thanks for joining, Jason. I know it's early this morning, but the link is in the description of this video for Patreon if you're not a member over there. So good luck to everybody today, and I will be back Saturday night to break down the finals for the Euro 2020 on Sunday. Good luck, everybody.